Who else could we wrap the list up with but my beloved, my dear, dear Dallas Cowboys? It wouldn't be right not to feature them. And look, I get it if you don't want to hear it. The Cowboys fell brutally short of expectations yet again. Who cares? What people were giving me grief because I had the Cowboys top 10 in my way too early power rankings. I understand it, but the talent on this roster still suggests the Cowboys will make noise in the 2024 season, but that's not until we know what they do in the here and now, because this is much like Henry and I talked about with Tua and the Dolphins. This is such a huge crossroads for the Dallas Cowboys because they can't put themselves in position to improve on last year until they make a few really, really big decisions. If you're looking at the screen, they're currently $20 million over the cap. That has to get figured out. Their draft capital, it's fine, but it's not the type of haul that suggests that they can alter their franchise, picking 24th, 56th. No, it's going to be about the current team if the Cowboys are going to get better, and that starts with deciding what to do with Dak Prescott. He's got a $59 million cap hit on his current deal. It's not tenable. And I can hear Cowboy fans shouting, at least a large contingent of them, shouting that this is not what they want to happen. But the thing that makes the most sense for Dallas is to extend Dak Prescott and once again make him one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL for no other reason than to lower that cap hit so that you can afford to field a better team in 2024. They could also extend CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee's slated to cost them about 17, 18 million against the cap. If you extend him, you make him more affordable. And now maybe you can load up. Maybe the Cowboys decide to get more aggressive in free agency this year and go pursue some difference makers. I'm not going to hold my breath. That hasn't been their MO in a decade. But after the brutal disappointment against Green Bay, and knowing that they haven't extended Mike McCarthy, he's in the final year of his deal, maybe this is the year they make a push. But they can't make that push until they decide what to do with Dak. I suppose it's possible they could just restructure him, push his cap hit down, and move forward from there. But if they do that, Dak has a no-trade clause and a no-tag clause on the current deal, which means in all probability he would walk in 2025 to a team that was willing to pay him, and the Cowboys would get nothing for it but a third-round compensatory pick. I don't know if it's going to sit well with Jerry Jones watching a 31-year-old quarterback walk in the middle of his prime and not at least getting a haul of draft picks for it. It's just not good business. And you can say whatever you want about how good you think Dak is, but he would command a hell of a lot in a trade if you could trade him. Cowboys can't. So their hands are tied. And how are they going to play it? Are they going to acquiesce to the leverage that Dak has over them and extend him? That's what gives them the best shot to get over the hump. That's what gives them the best shot to try to load up some talent, try to add some more players to this team, and improve on these massive disappointments of the last couple years. Will they be willing to do it? I don't know. But that's what makes the Cowboys so very, very interesting. How do they see themselves? Do they see themselves as close and just needing a couple extra pieces to get over that elusive hump and into their first NFC title game since 1996? I don't know. Do they think they need to pivot and move in a new direction post-Dak? That would surprise me, but you can't completely rule it out either. And that is what we will wait and see. It will definitely be dramatic. It's the Dallas Cowboys after all. But however it plays out, it's going to be one of the most interesting storylines of the offseason.